Don't scream. Live. All right, here we go. In 3. Oh, shit. Just a minute, please. Where's
In
Monday
3.
show? Monday show. Where is it? What happened to the... Oh, found it. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. It's a Monday, and we're here to do Monday things.
What were you talking about?
We are talking about being back for a Monday show after 1 week away. Well, 7 days.
You have been away.
Well, yeah, but we haven't had a show in 7 days.
True,
either.
But in general.
Yeah. I went to, had a birthday week, or birthday getaway thing.
Getaway?
Your mom took me.
For your birth.
Mm-hmm. For my birth. I was birthed many years ago.
Yep.
Too many to think about. And we went to Park City, one of my favorite places in the state. And we didn't see Post Malone. I tried. Mm-hmm. He also has a house down in Holiday, so it's possible he was there. Or maybe in L.A. I don't know where he is.
LA.
I don't control that guy's schedule.
Yeah,
all right?
He's just about.
I was just going to see if we could see him, and then Mom could offer to have him over, and he could have jambalaya at our house.
This is like a dream that Mom has.
Mom has a dream that she will feed Post Malone.
She'll meet him and go, "Do you want jambalaya?" And he'll go, "You're my new best friend, Kim." And then they'll eat jambalaya together.
And it's not even because he's famous. She doesn't care about that.
No.
She wants him over so that she can be caretaker mother type, because he's roughly the age Taylor is.
Yeah. There's a level of because he's famous.
Well, a little bit. But
yeah.
She thinks she can save him from I don't know what.
From starvation.
He drinks a lot. Maybe that's better now, though. I don't know. He's gone through some stuff.
Lost a ton of weight.
Yeah.
He's on that Ozempic.
Ozempic. Anyway. So we went out of the weekend, and it was great. Out for the weekend, and I had a great time, and ate some good food, and chilled by a pool a lot. And
and I was left here.
Were you on your own for most of it, or was Alicia here?
Alicia was here all weekend.
Yeah. What'd you guys do for fun? Anything?
We went to a friend's house for an art night, which is fun.
Art night? What do you do at art night?
Well, the intent of art night is to draw a bunch of artists. They mostly all know each other from school, and then I know one of them from high school, and then we've all integrated.
I thought you knew them all I thought everybody went to high school together.
No.
Do I have that wrong?
They all went to college together. I'm actually the only one who did not go to the same college as them.
Where'd they go?
UVU.
UVU.
You have a great illustrator program.
Down in Orem?
In Provo.
Not Utah State. Because the Utah State illustration program is amazing.
Yeah, but the UVU illustration used to be amazing. Apparently it's a mess right now.
Oh.
But that's neither here nor there.
Mm.
But yeah, we did an art night, which is supposed to be us all drawing and talking about drawing and kind of doing fun little, kind of an inspirational night of let's all work on our stuff. And what it turned into was turning on random music videos and trying to get this one cat that the girls cat to like us.
You guys are like Beavis and Butthead over the weekend then.
Yeah, it was just
watching
dorks,
videos,
being nerds,
saying dumb stuff, laughing,
talking about video games and shows.
No anime or anything?
No. It was funny. The girl who was hosting it, she tried to turn on backgroundy Disney shows or whatever, and it would always get derailed so fast.
Well, this is what happens when friends get together and they don't have a firm plan. Yeah. And I understand. It's fine.
The real issue is we haven't hung out a lot recently, and so I think it was a lot more of catching up and hanging out and less drawing.
I understand that too. Also, if you haven't, you guys get a lot of opportunities to hang out.
Yeah.
But, sometimes
life is busy.
People have things going on. In particular, your friends. You have friends doing all kinds of crazy crap. You guys are all getting ready for Fan Expo.
Fan
Expo.
Yeah, Fan Expo.
It's short for Fan Expo.
Yeah, Fan Expo, but it's Fan X.
It used to be Salt Lake City Comic Con, and then San Diego sued us into the ground.
I think there's a lot that do Fan X now.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
Or variations on that.
Yeah.
I want to say, Brian just told me. The one in Denver is called something else. Denver.
It might be Fan X.
Fan Expo.
It might be Fan Expo.
Yeah. But you don't love how they do stuff at this one for artists and stuff.
It's fine. It's kind of a mess.
What happened there?
I know a lot of artists who usually get in, who apply for Fan X and who, present at Artist Alley. And apparently the process to get in and for it all to get worked out has been a disaster.
Why?
Just a lot of the timing was weird. The emails didn't go out. The when
I can tell you the
people got
time I did
emails
it
on,
was
like,
a pain.
weekends.
Remember that time we had a booth? That was a pain.
Yeah, apparently it's worse.
It's worth? It's worth.
It's worth than ever. Apparently, it's.
Were you guys
apparently a
planning?
bummer.
You were trying to do that before? Or you were trying to get it?
I was trying to do it. My one friend did get in, but that's because she's very anxious and was like waiting for them to email her. And as soon as they did, she was like, "Give me this booth."
Oh, she sniped it.
She's intense.
If you get one, are you ahead of the line the next year?
No. The thing is, it was literally, well, kind of. They sent out emails that were like, hey, anyone who, they sent out early emails to anyone who'd done it before.
Yeah.
But unless you said, yes, I'm doing my booth and sent over the like money for it right away, they then sent out the mass email that was like, anyone can apply. And it was kind of first come, first serve, which means that a lot of booths are going to be taken by, I hate to say this, and I don't mean this in a mean way, but artists who won't necessarily do well at FanX.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
I see what you've done there. You've thrown an entire category of artists under the bus. I see what you've done.
I think everyone should be on their art journey. Everyone's at different places. But sometimes
your generation calls everything a journey. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Why do you guys do that? Who's responsible for this?
I have no
abomination?
idea.
Okay.
Your generation probably.
How is it us?
All the bad stuff comes from you guys.
X gets ignored. We get ignored. All this like rumblings this weekend about politics and stuff because of the whole Harris-Biden thing.
Have you seen the TikTok
Everybody's
stuff about
ignoring
X?
the Gen X thing. They're ignoring us.
There's this whole thing where it's like Gen Z and Gen X are fighting on TikTok. And it's like the most embarrassing Gen X videos you've ever seen.
Doing the X.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Let me tell you something.
It's embarrassing.
That takes a very special kind of person to think that's cool. And I almost want to not make fun of them because I feel like there's something wrong with them when they do that.
Yeah.
Like I'm a proud Gen Xer. I like my generation. However, let me think about how much chance there is. That's right. 0 chance that I would ever put a big giant blue X on my face.
And be like, Gen X is
and look all tough
whatever.
on the screen and then have some kind of cool backing music for F that. Who's doing
stupid.
that?
It's so embarrassing.
But this is the problem. We cherry pick everything in the society. True. It's not like millions of Gen Xers are doing that. One guy showed up doing it.
There's a few.
Okay, a few.
There's a group.
Out of how many millions?
For sure.
A billion that use.
But older people love to jam all of the younger generations into a category.
I don't like jamming you guys in a category at all. I think you're all, although...
These Gen Zs these days.
I got a question for you because this deals with your upbringing and my time in Park City this weekend.
Okay.
And it's the only time I kind of old manned a little bit.
Okay.
Most of the time I'm like, whatever, man. Just be you, man. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm in this place. We're getting this steak sandwich that I love at this place called... Oh, crap. Something Kitchen. Anyway.
Okay.
It's really good, and you can only get it between 11:30 a.m. and like 3 in the afternoon.
Okay.
And it's kind of expensive. It's like
schmancy.
$17, but it's nice.
Bougie.
And it's really, I wouldn't call it bougie. It's all avocado toast land out there.
Yeah.
Like everyone's a
No, the
hippie.
whole town is bougie.
Like, I don't know why Subaru doesn't just move their headquarters to Park City.
It should just be Park. It's because it's on a mountain.
That's so weird. Anyway, we're there. And we're having a good time. And Mom says, can you go get us waters? I said, sure. Where is it? And she says, over there, that little fountain thing. And I look over there, and I can't see anywhere that she's talking about. She goes by the cups. I'm like, I don't see cups either. What I see is a girl who is easily 6'3", 4.
Okay.
Something like that.
Tall chick.
Very tall girl.
Okay.
Young. She's probably not even 18. She's probably 17 or something.
Okay.
And she's there with her sister, is shorter than her, but she's very tall, looked like a basketball playing girl, maybe if, I don't know, but she looked like she could play. And they were standing there, and she goes, ugh, it's behind them. And I said, and I didn't understand what she meant. So she got impatient and just said, I'll go get it. And I'm like, well, I don't mind getting it. I just can't see it.
Yeah.
So she gets up to go get the water. And she comes over there, and the tall girl is just on her phone. And Mom says, excuse me, I just need to get the water behind you. And the girl doesn't move.
Ew.
She acknowledged. She kind of looks at Mom like she heard it and then looked back down at her phone.
Ew.
And they're just waiting for some order of like boba,
like you're in the way.
bullcrap tea or whatever.
That's rude.
And they were totally in the way. And Mom's like, I just like kind of just reach around you and get the thing. And the girl just kind of moves finally.
Yeah.
And I realized something. I blame nobody there but the parents. They deserve some responsibility, but that's bad parenting. When you grew up in this house and your siblings,
we were very
crowd awareness, number one.
For real.
If you guys did a thing, we'd go, nope, Carter, you can't walk out in front of other people. Watch for when people are coming through that door. Nope, you weren't first. You got to wait for this thing.
I also hated being near people. I still do.
Well, I still don't.
And so I'm very aware of my surroundings.
I know you were easy with it. The other two took a bit more work.
Especially
just
Nick.
To say, don't wander into the crowd, Nick. Like you need to know when it's time to go and when it's not. But I think teaching principles of crowd awareness, understanding position, like in a line or whatever it is. Whose turn it is. Like enough space to give people breathing room.
Yeah.
Especially in a post-COVID world. These kinds of things.
As if it's over.
Well, we're having a moment. But anyway, my point is crowd awareness and teaching your kids how to deal with spatial awareness when it comes to other human beings is crucial. And parents who don't teach that well, I want to kick you in your tiny berries.
Yeah. This argument reminds me of the whole, when we were young, we would be given trophies for just participation, right? In soccer games or whatever.
Those participation trophies.
Correct.
Yeah.
And everyone, for some reason, blames us for that, despite the fact that we were not the ones handing out those trophies. We were being given them going, why did I get this?
Yeah, that's the thing. It is easy for them to ascribe that to you is the problem.
Yeah.
And say, oh, you're just used to getting participation trophies. You're like, I didn't ask for them.
I didn't choose. In fact, when I was 8 years old, I was so confused by it.
Yeah, it is confusing.
We lost.
Yeah, there's less of that now, which I think is good, although I'm not sure all the motives are good.
I don't think they give trophies anymore at that young of an age. I think they literally just hand you a candy
What did Van's
I think Van got a little
soccer
neck thing.
Like a what do you call that?
What's it called?
Medallion.
It is a medallion, but it's like a...
We're about to have the Olympics. What are those called?
The hell?
Medals.
It's just a medal.
But they're not medals.
No, but it's a medal.
Maybe they are. I don't know.
Little blue medal for, yay, you did it.
Listen, if you're watching live and you think we're full of crap on that point, or you have an issue with this spatial awareness stuff, text us right now. 801-471-0462. That's 801-471-0462. I also thought of you in Park City for just the sheer number of dogs that are in Park City. And not only just a large amount of dogs, but tons of service dogs and those kind of animals, but also just incredibly well-behaved animals.
Yeah.
Like in stores, we went to a not TJ Maxx, Home Goods, because we had to grab something. Seemed like a good place to get it. I saw 6 dogs in there, all perfectly healing and sitting and waiting and letting me pet them and being super nice, all that. And then we went to a Whole Foods, tons of dogs. And that's the other thing. I think just generally, like store owners, things like that they don't care.
Yeah, dogs are just normal.
They're down with it. Yeah. They even put the little bowls outside, and hopefully it's clean and not full of giardia.
I don't let my dog drink out of those bowls.
You don't trust them, do you?
Well, last time I let her, I think it was at a farmer's market or something. She got kennel cough, and it was horrible.
That's better than...
so sad.
That's better than the diarrhea. Diarrhea.
That's true, I guess.
Because if they get giardia and you don't catch it and you don't know what's going on, they could go months with diarrhea before you know what's wrong.
If she was going months, I'd go to a vet.
Well, yeah, probably should do that.
Yeah, that's a long time.
I noticed Rainer's little ball is getting bigger.
Her little nubby.
It's not hurting her.
No, she's fine.
Whatever it is, it's growing on her ribs. And the doctor's like, just let it go.
Yeah, it's not. They don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, they didn't. They said that where the cancer they took from her, nothing related to that one at all.
Yeah,
and that one is just some kind of weird, benign growth. My worry is that it would get so big that it would either irritate her or I guess we get it out
there.
Yeah. Old dogs. What are you gonna do? But I miss my dogs terribly.
Speaking of dogs,
one other thing. While we're at the pool, nicest Mexican American family, sweetest people. They were so nice. They offered me pizza when I walked by.
Oh, that's sweet.
I'm like, oh, I'm good, thank you, whatever. And then I noticed they have a little dog, little Chihuahua tied up. Can't be more than, I figured around 6 months,
baby.
And the guy said he was only 6 months old. And so I said, can I pet him? He says, oh, you can pet him. I said, okay, great. I got down there and I was petting him. Super sweet, calm, quiet.
Aww.
No yipping, no freaking out, nothing.
I love that.
And I turned to him and I said, your dog is so chill for what I thought Chihuahuas were like.
Most Chihuahuas are pretty chill.
I don't know. I only see videos of them freaking out.
The rat ones.
And he
Who are
said,
usually mistreated.
he goes, "For now, my friend, for now." Isn't that great?
That's great. I love that.
They were super sweet, though. And then these other people that we met were from Louisiana. They were there for some family get-together.
Louisiana.
And the guy's in the military, and he had a bunch of kids, all girls, 5 girls, all girls.
Yeah.
His youngest is 3. She talks like she's 6 and was a hoot. Anyway, that whole conversation went on, and all it made me do was miss the Southern accent because that guy was
But
Louisiana
you don't miss the South.
I don't miss the heat and the humidity, but the people are incredibly nice.
Yeah. Some of them.
Most of them.
Most of them.
Like, that's the problem with this country right now is everybody's being convinced that because somebody lives in a certain region, they're therefore just awful and opposed to you and the way you think.
No, it's just
they aren't.
The ratios are skewed.
I talked to a biker guy in the pool the first day. He was there with like a whole biker group. So there's like 6 of these biker dudes and their girlfriends/wives in this pool. And we're talking like beards forever and giant tattoos on their backs and all the stuff you'd think of.
Yeah.
Friendliest, nicest people. One guy had a big fat freaking Trump tattoo on his arm, and he was still incredibly nice.
Yeah. I feel like people on the ground are generally could be considered good.
It's almost as if the system is what's pitting us against each other.
It's almost as if it is.
It's almost as if there's money to be made to divide us and make us all pissed at each other.
Division and anger and hate.
Anyway, we had a great talk, and it was fun, and those guys were cool, and they all had hogs, you know?
Hogs.
Isn't that what you call your bike? It's a hog?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I had a good time in there.
I'm glad. I'm happy for you.
I was a little worried, though, because there were a couple of Band-Aids in the hot tub when we were done. I don't know who those two were. It wasn't me.
Gross. That is an immediate, get out of the hot tub for me.
Why is that so gross, though? Think about it for a second.
Because it was likely upon an open wound of some kind. It's adhesive, which means it will stick to you.
Okay, fair enough.
And
How
also
about
they look gross.
when somebody's just going like this and they have beautiful hair and you just don't even think about it, but then one of those big long hairs gets in the drain and it's disgusting. Why?
It's more the amalgamation of the drain hairs that's gross.
The accumulation of various hairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not great.
Still. Or even fingernails. No one thinks about your fingernails until I bit a little one off and went.
That's true.
And now everyone's like, gross! And I'm like, it was just here.
That's true.
What's the problem?
You biting it's gross.
Well, that's a different gross. Been doing that my whole life.
Disgusting.
I bite my nails. I can't help it. I don't eat them. Some people eat them. I don't do that.
Oh.
Yeah. The ones that get early appendicitis eat them.
That's why.
I don't do that.
I've never bit my nails in my life. I just it never appealed to me, I guess.
Your mom chewed her hair. That's why she got her appendix out.
Sometimes I think about that. And that was part of our childhood was mom chewing her hair.
Oh, you cut your hair today?
Yeah.
Oh, I like the blonde semi-short you had today.
It was getting too long.
No one ever cares what I think about around here about anything. That has to do with you and your own personal choices.
I like when you grow your hair out, but you don't like it. So here we are.
It's just a mess when I grow it out.
Yeah.
Right now it's really short.
It's cool. I think it's cool.
Now or when it's long?
When it's long. But
I look homeless.
You disagree, so that's okay.
I look homeless.
When I have shaggy hair, I don't like it. It sticks up and I get bedhead. So
or home challenged, or what is it now? Without home. What do you call a homeless person?
Someone who is experiencing homelessness.
Why do we do that?
Because words matter.
Yeah, but but that one's not.
The problem is that homeless people are, it's like, oh, they're this group that's separate, when in reality, anyone could experience homelessness given the certain circumstances, especially right now in this economy.
But if you said he's experiencing homelessness, I know that you're just saying he's homeless.
Yeah. But saying a homeless person creates almost a subgroup.
How?
That could be harmful.
See, to me, it doesn't. That is one thing I get confused about.
Think about
changing these labels around. Sometimes it makes sense to me.
Think about how many people, though, say, oh, homeless people, they're bad, they're evil, they're doing drugs, they're scamming people. There is a group of people who think only that of folks who are homeless.
Well, they're idiots.
Agreed. But I'm just saying that's why things like that change, is to kind of try to change the idea and the misconceptions around that stuff.
Okay. Well, if it's actually helping somebody, I don't mind doing it.
Who knows?
I just don't know, because sometimes we change stuff just because somebody's uncomfortable and we're like, okay, let's go ahead and change it.
Yeah.
Now, if the person who's uncomfortable is significantly uncomfortable and their lives are altered because of the way people treat them, well, I don't want them to feel bad.
Yeah.
I would rather change my behavior.
Sometimes I think about how I am 2 steps away from homeless at any given time.
You are never 2 steps away from any of that.
Let's say all of my family, except for me, You guys all went on a big flight trip. I was sick or something, right?
Yeah, sure.
And you all died.
Oh, jeez.
If you didn't have health insurance, or not health insurance, life insurance,
yeah.
I would be out on the street. 100%.
At the moment, yeah, but I know, okay.
I know that's an extreme example, but think about it in terms of people who don't have family or don't have any kind of stability.
Yeah, they have to make their own.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I'll say.
Especially right now, it's hard.
It's harder now, I think, especially for your younger generations and higher prices, especially with rent and home ownership. It's horrible right now.
Yeah.
No question. But I do think there is a thing going on out there where the collective consciousness of the younger generation has convinced themselves that they're in a deep pit they can never crawl out of.
No, I think it's more that we're in a deep pit that is not necessarily, we're not able to crawl out of vertically. Basically, we're all going, all right, the system has dumped us in this hole and there's no ropes, so we got to start digging to the side.
Yeah, but...
we got to start something new.
But I know no one ever believes me because they say, well, your prices were lower when you were 22, 3, whatever.
Yeah.
And people are right, they were lower, but they've always been lower for the generation before.
The issue is if you account inflation has become impossible. Like, it's not normal inflation.
No, this
Especially
particular,
like
I agree with that.
In the past 3 years.
No doubt about it. You look at the last 5 years, I'd say.
And everything's expensive. It's not just like, oh yeah, gas is expensive right now, or oh, groceries are expensive right now, or oh, houses. Everything is pricey.
Everything is a little pricey. You're not wrong.
There's nothing cheap anymore.
You're not wrong about that. But I do think...
except for Temu.
There's a way. Like, I guess what I'm saying is, when I was young and had no money at all, you did what you did. You slept on, it didn't matter how many generations old that mattress was. You just had it, and grandma gave you a terrible couch, but you had it, and you rented the least expensive place you could find, and it had no air conditioning and weird crime outside, but you did it. Like, you do this stuff because you got to do it. You just do it.
The cheapest apartments right now are like $1,800, $1,500 maybe.
Well, there's some for less. Like Nick's is only 12, but that's still a lot.
12.
That's still a lot.
That's the shitty apartment.
I agree. I'm not saying that stuff's...
There's no $300 apartments anymore.
That stuff's worse than ever. No,
and also,
no doubt.
Grandmas aren't giving us their couches, and we don't have mattresses to start with.
Yeah, but it can be done. Like, you've got some friends.
I agree. It can be done. I'm just saying it's worse than... I think it is worse than it has been. Even though, yeah, this is a crappy situation. People have had crappy situations. It feels like overall everything's gotten a lot crappier.
Oh, I know, but don't you think part of that is that you guys don't have the historical perspective on it? You know what I mean?
Oh, you think that we think, oh, well, we think that the world is terrible right now, therefore the world is worse than it is.
No. That's not what I mean. I mean, like, I'm saying everybody, I do this. Like, it's hard to have a historical perspective when all you have is your own history and perspective, right? That's all anybody can have. So,
or you could look at data.
But yeah, you can, and you can look at history. But I guess what I'm saying is trying to put myself in the position of, say, somebody in the very thick of the Dust Bowl during the Depression. Mm-hmm. What is that like compared to now? I think I'd take now.
I think there's also this sense of fake, and I'm not saying that's necessarily worse than the Dust Bowl or the Depression or any of that stuff, but there's a sense now where we're pretending it's not happening. To the point, like, we're basically in a recession, right? Like, let's not pretend we're not. People aren't buying houses. People aren't buying anything. People can't afford anything.
Well, I don't know if we're in a... If you looked at just what can high school graduates up to about 30, what are they? Like, if we just cut out everything else,
yeah,
it looks pretty much like a depression.
Or,
but overall, like,
people with numbers, 4-year degrees.
No, I understand. But overall, it's not.
I'm just saying, here's my point. It's not about that. It's about, since we're pretending it's not happening, when the Great Depression hit, everyone went, oh my gosh, we're in trouble. We got to pull together. We got to do something about this. We got to save our money. We got to...
Because it affected everybody.
What's it called? Like, ration our food, that kind of stuff.
Because it affected everybody, with very few exceptions. Now it affects...
most people.
It affects less people now.
It affects most people.
Well,
Did you know if you make less than $200,000, you're no longer middle class?
No, I know. I know those numbers, whatever, those shift all over the place. But what I'm saying, I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying that most people are affected by this stuff, but because we have people in our society with way more than they should or would have had otherwise.
Sure.
They don't like what you say. Yeah, they think you're full of
when
poop.
The government was providing you with, your one bread a week or whatever. Let's say that. Let's say I'm just saying there's no support anymore. There used to be this level of like, well, we got to keep people at least somewhat happy. Otherwise, they're all going to freak out because they're starving to death, right?
Yeah.
We don't have that anymore. They're just pretending it's not happening and satiating us with web ads and TikTok.
I said that's true, but you guys. But how many times do you and your friends go, I don't feel like making anything. Let's just DoorDash it. You know what I mean?
Almost never anymore.
Oh, I don't know about that.
We are so, oh my gosh. Food's so expensive.
I know. I hate it.
Like, I would not, if I didn't quit my job, I wouldn't have been able to survive on that job on my own.
Well, no, they didn't pay you enough for sure.
But that was a full-time job.
Yeah.
And most people make less than what I was making then.
Well, I don't have the numbers in front of me.
I'm just saying.
I'm not arguing about any of that. Your experience is your experience, obviously.
Because the rich people haven't lost anything, no one cares. Because the rich people are what causes the alarms.
Well,
when this market crashed, that's what caused the alarms. It wasn't about people starving in the street. It was about, look at all these rich people who now have nothing.
Yeah. I guess I'm saying is you'll see this as you get older. And I know young people, including me when I was younger, hated it when older people said, you'll see this when you're older. So I know that's an annoying thing to hear. Mm-hmm. But you do gain a not necessarily generational historical knowledge, but you gain a perspective that is broader than just your own.
Do you know how many life and world-changing events I've lived through?
A lot.
Before I turned 18.
Yeah, but that's another thing that you guys think is unique to you.
And it continues on.
It's not unique to you, though.
Did you have a pandemic before you were 30?
No.
Did you have?
If you want to cherry pick each one, we can talk about it.
How many market crashes have we had since I was born?
Well, I lived through a handful of them.
But when you were in a position in the, before all those crashes where you could, afford a house and 3 children, mind you.
Look, when I was a baby, Nixon, that was a huge seismic event. That whole Nixon thing, Watergate, all that. Gigantic. The gas shortage, gigantic. People were losing their effing minds.
Nixon doesn't feel that gigantic anymore.
Because he's dead and long gone.
No, because we've let politicians get away with way worse.
No, I agree. I don't disagree with you. What I'm saying is generational perspective is good because if you look at like the late 60s, Vietnam, the Cultural Revolution, Sexual Revolution, women's rights, all this stuff.
Yeah, you know how women's rights are going away?
No, I know that. I'm saying there have been times where it was just as gnarly or gnarlier. And so when things get gnarly again, we should react. We should do what we have to do.
Yeah.
But I guess what I'm saying, and it's okay if you don't entirely believe me yet, but it's easy to just see what is and think that's it. And I'm telling you, there's way more out there.
Because there's all there is right now.
I know.
We have to live in the moment. Otherwise, we're not going to survive.
I know you do. I totally get that. Like, I'm on your side. And I think you guys are getting the shaft.
Yeah.
No question about it.
We're getting the shaft, but pretending like we're not. We get this constant, this constant feed of millennials don't want to work. Gen Z doesn't want to work. And it's like,
guess what they told Gen X?
There's no jobs.
They don't want to work. Yes. They said the same thing. We were the slacker generation.
Sure. But that's my point.
Guess what they said about hippie kids in the 60s? Those same old freaking boomer farts now that tell you guys that, their parents are telling them that.
Yeah, but all
because
those
they were going to
were
Woodstock going, yeah, man, peace and love, man. Get a job. I mean, I'm telling you, this is just cyclical. It just goes,
for sure. But when everything's diving at once, it's starting to feel real bad.
Yeah, I don't want to diminish that perspective because I think there's value. There's absolutely correctness in what you're saying. But I'm just saying what would help you guys is a broader sense of how these cycles happen.
For sure.
Not just the one that's happening now, but that they have always happened. They probably always will happen. And the truth is, slowly but surely, it's incrementally better. Even when there are dips, even when there are problems.
But when there's a dip, I think what would help is for everyone who thinks that we don't have perspective to look at our perspective a little.
Well, that's
go,
true.
Oh.
But they don't take you seriously till you're in charge, till you get the power. So
yeah.
Maybe you'll get lucky.
You know that I see $500 houses and go, wow, that's so cheap.
1,000?
Yeah.
I was going to say $500 house is cheap.
No, $500,000 houses.
Well, you would have liked these condos we looked at in Park City because they were about 500, some were 750, and a couple of them were $1 million too, for 800 square feet.
That's about, yeah.
It's gross.
There's shacks for like 400, and you're like, wow, what a deal for this broken down shack that's got leaks in it and the water doesn't work.
It doesn't help that Utah's now, fourth in the country?
We're high up.
We're way up
It keeps
there.
shifting, but we're high.
So quit. Here's my solution. I said this on Twitter or on Threads. I don't use Twitter anymore.
Yeah.
Here's the lesson. Here's the thing to teach yourselves. What was it? I forgot.
I don't know. What was it?
What was I talking about?
I don't know.
I was saying, I don't remember. It was a really good point I had on Twitter or on Threads. Shit. All right, well, forget about it for now.
All right.
It'll come back to me. Was everything fine, though? No dog? Nobody pooped anywhere?
No. Everyone was fine.
Everything's okay?
Oh, do you want to hear a thing so we were talking about annoying people, and it reminded me. Me and my friends are going on this trip in a little bit.
Oh, that does sound annoying.
Little girl trip.
I'm sorry. That wasn't the story? Oh, okay. Go ahead.
We're all going we're all 27 right now, and so we're going before my one friend turns 28, the oldest one.
Does that feel old to you guys, by the way?
I don't know. I feel as old as I am.
Does that feel old, that number, though? Does it feel old?
Yeah, but every number feels old until you hit it, and then you're like, the next number's old.
Yeah, you're right.
Like 26 felt really old when I was 25.
That's a really good perspective to have because I had kind of a problem with that. 25 felt like I'm not an adult like everyone else. What's wrong with me? And then 30 was like, I can't believe it. I'm 30. I'm over the hill. No.
30.
I'm a freaking child at 30.
Yeah.
Like it's stupid to get hung up on it. And I've tried to do better because now, like this birthday last week, could care less. Don't care.
I don't believe you, but that's a good
Why
attitude
don't you
to
believe
have.
me?
Because I know how you are about birthdays.
I really don't. This is the one where I went, you know what? F it.
Good.
I'm not interested.
Good.
Don't care about numbers.
That's great. Anyway, the point is,
just take
we're
me
going
into
on
the
this
abyss.
27-year-old trip. We're calling it the Burden Party for anyone who's watched
Why are you calling it that?
the 2004 Pride and Prejudice, I think.
With
What's her
good-looking
bucket
guy, the King's
and-
Peach.
King's Peach. And
King's Peach guy.
what the hell's her name?
Well, I'm thinking of a dude.
No, I know, but I'm thinking of the lady.
There's a lady?
In Pride and Prejudice, there's many ladies.
What am I thinking of?
I don't know. Regardless.
Who's the guy in King's Peach? Chat? I haven't looked at the chat at all yet.
The point is,
Colin Firth.
If
Colin
you've
Firth.
seen that,
Yeah.
there's a part where Elizabeth's friend says something like, I'm already 27. I've got no money and no prospects. I'm already a burden on my parents. It's like a stupid little line, but it's a joke in our friend group. And so since we're all 27, we're having a burden party.
Yeah.
Anyway, point is, we booked an Airbnb. It's going to be really fun. But the lady at Airbnb messages my friend who booked it and was like, can you tell us the reason why you're staying at our B&B? It's usually locals don't stay, and we've had bad experience with locals because we're staying in a Utah Airbnb.
That's common. We did it at Bear Lake.
It was freaking weird that she would ask that.
That's
And we
weird
were like,
that
we're
she
just
would ask
having
that.
like a little
That's
thing
really
away.
weird that
the
she would
other
ask
thing is
that.
we're
Also,
going to a city that's like a few hours away.
Yeah.
So it's not like
it's not
next
super
door.
local. No, plus you guys are boring compared to
Yeah.
people that go to these places.
And I'm sure they've had issues with parties, but you can have issues with parties with anyone. Like, that's weird.
This is like Nerdtacular for us. We'd go to Snowbird and we'd be done and they'd say, please come here.
Like, you guys are so nice.
The last guy was like 20 German businessmen who
It was just really
killed
odd.
a guy or whatever. Yeah.
And it was like, if you're going to have an Airbnb, there's a certain level of like, you can lay out your rules. There's always going to be a certain level of people might break your rules, but it's weird to reach out and go, we've had trouble with locals. Like, please explain your trip. That's weird.
Yeah, it is a little weird.
Airbnb used to be
I don't
so
think
cool.
you have to. I don't
It's
think you have to
gotten
answer
weirder.
that. You don't have to answer it.
Well, she just said like, oh yeah, we're just doing a little like girls getaway.
The whole thing makes me mad because part of the reason the housing market's so janked is people who can do it are buying up
Airbnb.
extra houses and then using it for rentals or flipping them or hanging onto them and just jacking prices up, buying whole neighborhoods. Like corporations buying whole neighborhoods.
Not just like, and the townhomes are a real problem too. Like massive amounts of townhomes people will buy and then do either Airbnbs or rentals.
There's a dude in our community. His name is Bob. He listens to a lot of the shows. This is probably the part that will irritate Bob.
Okay.
He's an older guy.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, but
yeah.
he has. He's told us that he fast forwards anytime anyone talks about corporate greed, and I have to think this falls in there somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So we've lost Bob. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So next time you ask about what about Bob, we'll say Bob doesn't listen anymore. I don't know. I don't know if he does or not.
Yeah, maybe he's hiding. He's in the shadows.
I have one house.
A shadow knows.
I would love to be out of debt on it. It's the only debt I have.
You want to know the funniest advice I've been given by an adult person when I was
don't
probably
eat the yellow
18
snow.
or 19?
Well, no, watch out where the huskies go and don't eat that yellow snow.
The weirdest advice I've gotten was, the way you should, get a house and make money is you should buy a house and then you should rent it. And then you can buy a house for you. And I went, how am I buying the first house?
Yeah, you got to start. Right?
What's the plan?
No, it's like when people
tell us. A bank won't
us,
loan me that money.
Carter, people tell us to sell. And I'm like, then what?
Yeah, where do I go?
So our house nearly doubled in value.
Unless you go to somewhere that's not Utah?
Yeah, where am I supposed? And even then, where am I going? Because it's not cheap really anywhere.
It is cheaper in a lot of places.
Cheaper. Like I could go get probably 3 times the house in Mississippi.
Big old yard.
But you know what that means? I'd have to live in
Mississippi.
No offense.
It's just not your place.
I was there for 2 years. Look, that place is sweaty and gross. And remote, and where I would have to buy. I can't buy in the city somewhere. So, what kind of internet am I going to get? Birds.
Birds. Got to send crows out.
Send crows out. Send out all the what are crows part of? What's the family? Birkenstocks. What is it? Corvids. I'd have to have a whole fleet of corvids to get all my bits and stuff back and forth.
Yeah.
And Icor's right. Come to Cupertino and get 1/4 the house that we have now.
Yeah.
And for the same price or more probably. Like California's been dealing with this for forever.
Yeah.
It also is just a reminder that money is dumb.
Agreed.
And it has become
and it runs
dumber,
our world.
And it runs everything, and it's dumb.
It sucks.
It's just so stupid.
It blows.
Why do we do this to ourselves?
I don't know.
Usually greed.
Usually.
Carter, let's see. What was I going to say? Oh, we got a question here from Mattalicious.
Mattalicious.
Don't know who that is, but they think pretty highly of themselves. So this is for the Monday show. Did you tease the kids a lot when they were little? Just curious. Mattalicious.
Yes, you did.
I don't think I did.
Constantly.
Come on now.
Oh yeah.
Not in mean ways.
No, but teasing nonetheless.
All right, I'll give you one that I've often wondered if it's the reason.
Human napkin is teasing. Just so you know.
You want to talk about that?
That's a pretty rude one.
All right. Human napkin goes like this. We're at a, doesn't matter, restaurant, house, party, picnic, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And if I'm at that party, let's say I've got a ice cream cone. And a little ice cream gets on my hand before I'm done. And this is what you do. You take it and you look at it. You look at the hand. You look at the kids. You look at your hand and you go, human napkin. And then you chase whoever's closest.
And then we scatter.
They scatter and you got to go find one of them to make them your human napkin. And then you just wipe the ice cream on their arm or their hand.
The worst is you would on purpose wet your hand in the sink or something so that it was really wet.
Yeah, it was clean water. It wasn't like,
Yeah, but it was horrible.
So I would chase them around and yell human napkin. And then that's also how I would justify it. So somebody would say, can't believe you did that. And I go, human napkin.
Human napkin. I had to wipe my hands.
You got to wipe your hands.
Yep.
So there's times like that. There was the times where Carter would be in my car and I would swerve a little just to freak her out.
Yeah.
I worry sometimes that made her not want to drive cars.
I think lighthearted teasing's healthy.
I was never mean.
I mean, we do it to each other.
I know.
It's never, yeah.
But when
it was never mean.
I was never mean.
No.
I was never abusive. Never going to do that. But I was always like.
But now I wipe stuff on
fun.
you all the time and I go, human napkin.
Yeah, she says human napkin all the time. Here, let me tell you the thing she does I hate the most. You ready?
See, this is teasing.
Hate this.
I don't do it anymore because you've got your raw phone
I have no case, right? Look at Ramona looking so cute. Anyway, who's this? Oh, Eric Van Skyhawk. I'll read that later. Anyway, so I'm holding this up because I want to show an example. Here it is. So I'll be on the couch, chilling out, checking my feeds, doing whatever, answering an email. Carter will come in the room. I won't even really notice. And the next thing I know, her hand will slap my phone and it will either go flying out of my hands or at least on my chest. And nothing makes my adrenaline peak harder and faster than that.
I don't do it anymore because you raw dog your phone.
Raw dog? That's not what that means. Right?
I mean, it could.
I don't think that's what that means.
Regardless.
Raw dogging my phone.
You don't.
I don't have a case on it.
Have a case, and so I don't do it anymore because it stresses me out. I can't afford that.
You guys want to hear something cute for my birthday? Listen to this. This is Phoebe. If I can find it.
But
you got to hear it. It's
regardless,
amazing.
I like to do it. I do it to my friends too, and they hate it.
I'm glad you didn't say irregardless. Okay, here you go.
My one friend and I both do it, and it's really fun.
Wait until you get a little kid that says this to you on your birthday. It's the most amazing thing ever. Here you go.
Say happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Pops.
Had a birthday.
Had a birthday, Pops.
So cute.
I'm telling you.
She's darling.
That's the greatest thing ever happened in my life right there.
So cute.
Anyway, so don't tease each other, I guess, is the lesson there. I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know if that answers his question.
I do it to your iPad too.
She's so freaking cute. Ooh, I hate it when you do it to my iPad. Even worse.
I never hit it that hard. It's just like a little to kind of make you stress. You know what I mean?
You know, she
does.
She
tighten
does.
your hands.
She goes and changes my autocorrects of certain words to be a phrase. So if I say something like, that sounds great, she'll change that sounds great to, I eat dog poo for breakfast or something. So I'm a very fast typer, very much don't like to look at what I did. If I had a little small mistake, I don't care. It's just people I'm talking to over text. So I will send somewhat important people in my life a message where it says I like to eat dog poo for breakfast by accident, and I can't take it back.
Yep.
Oh, I hate that so much.
It's so funny.
And
you earned this by swerving the car.
This isn't payback for that. It drives me crazy.
Yeah, it's hard to change back, and I only do it every once in a while. So you usually have forgotten by the time I do it next.
Yeah. So I guess what I'm saying here is, if you're looking for a great way to annoy the adults in your life, knock their phone out of their hand when they're not watching.
I don't hit it. I just literally if I go like this, I just kind of tap it so it falls forward, and it's more of like the reaction that's funny.
It's a test of my adrenaline control because it makes me want to jump up and break something. I hate it so much.
It's so funny.
All right. Also note that if you are part of the broader Frog Pants community, or even if you're just listening to this show, I put up a survey that I'm trying to get some feedback on, and you could help me out a lot if you went over there and did it. It's super simple. It's anonymous. You don't have to say a thing about who you are. There's no signing in, nothing. You just do your answers.
It's cool.
And you send me your thoughts, and it's short. That's the other thing, is I don't like long surveys myself. It's not multiple pages. Super short, half a dozen questions. Just trying to, work on a couple ideas I got going, and this will help me get to where I want to go. So go check it out, frogpants.com/survey. That's SURVAYEY. Sorry.
Can't spell survey.
Survey.
Survey. Fill out your surveys.
Frogpants.com/survey. Fill it out real quick, and I will. You'll be accounted among the data, this important data, all right, that we have to share with the world.
Huzzah.
And some of you have already done it. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. All right. Shall we get to any messages that we've got?
Got any more messages?
We do. Here's one. For example. Sorry, wrong place. Here we go.
All right.
Monday show wanted to know what the heat wave is here. We're down from last week's highs of 118 to 120.
Oh,
shouldn't go above 110 this week. Your friendly neighborhood resident of the deserts of California in Death Valley.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, there's a reason they call it Death Valley.
It's because you die there.
You probably die without AC.
Didn't somebody... Oh, no, it was a Utah hike. There was a...
Yeah.
Canyonlands or something. Somebody got...
Someone got heat stroke and died.
Yeah, got heat stroke and died, and they were like experienced hikers.
Yeah, like
and
long time.
They had water with them. It was too much.
I think it was 2 dudes.
So do not freaking...
When the weather alerts say, hey, heat alert, maybe don't exercise outside. Yeah. Maybe listen to that.
If you can do that, it'd be great.
Yeah.
Here's one for the Monday show. A couple of weeks ago, you mentioned Kim doesn't like to hear the word spider.
Yeah.
And I'm 100% with her on that. I hate the word so much that my husband suggested using a code word, and something we decided on was rutabaga. Weird.
Wouldn't it make you more scared later? Like eventually rutabaga would mean the same thing and therefore cause the same reaction?
Kind of like homeless and that thing. That's why I don't like those.
Words just kind of go into their
That's why I don't like that stuff when they change it. There's a really great George Carlin bit about, what was it? Oh, African American. He hated that term. And eventually it kind of came back around where black people don't like to be called African American. They like to be called black.
Because most black folk in the U.S. are no longer, don't consider themselves African because they're not like.
Well, it's not just that, but what do you say to a white
descendants.
South African. Is he African American that moves
Yeah.
here? No.
Yeah.
Not the way we mean it.
Yeah.
Or what if
A
somebody?
lot of people are like, I am not from Africa.
What if
I
they're
am from,
Egyptian?
wherever.
Egypt is part of Africa. What if they're from Egypt and now they're American? We call them African Americans?
Yeah,
No.
it's a little bit of a wonky
It's
one.
effed up.
I mean, it's like Native American versus Indigenous. Native American's not as like, people haven't gotten rid of it, but Indigenous is more accepted, I guess.
Well, we went from Indian to that.
Yeah.
To that.
A completely false word made up by a white man.
I just think people, sometimes the intention is pure, but I just think sometimes we just overswing,
Yeah.
It's like, come on, pull back a little bit. Anyway, he says, so now he'll say something like, quote, there was a rutabaga in the bathroom and I took care of it. You're safe now, unquote. This is what marriage is all about. Just a thought. You could do this for Kim, and and if she's anything like me, she will appreciate it. Says Kristen in Georgia. They get some spiders there, dude.
Someone in the chat makes a good point and saying my black British friends also don't like being called African, not African, American. That actually makes sense because while
British
we
friends.
say African American here, if you had a friend who is British, who is black, they're not African American.
To be African British.
But that's not a term
It's also weird
being used.
Yeah. We just get so tangled up in our own crap, we trip over each other. It's stupid.
Everyone's worried about everything.
Yeah, we should all be less that
Everyone
way.
be kind to each other.
Be nice
That's
to each
the main
other.
Thing.
Yep. Find nice families from Mexico that want to show you their chihuahua. That was amazing.
Chihuahua.
They were so nice. Oh my gosh, they were nice. And the biker gang that we hung out with, they were so nice.
That's so strange.
Just the sweetest people. They were really kind.
I've met really cool biker gangs, but usually they don't have Trump tattoos.
Well, this one guy did. I didn't bring it up. He didn't bring it up.
Yep.
And that was fine.
Like I said, most people on the ground are kind. It just gets difficult when politics and certain ideals are mixed in.
Listen, it's when people exercise power or want more of it that you will get into trouble.
Or think that they are assisting the correct side.
And people, because people are marks. We're marks for easy stuff. Somebody says to me something simple that resonates with me because of whatever reason. I grew up a certain way or did a certain thing or I live a certain way. I'm going to go, yeah, that's right. That's what people do. It's bad.
Yeah.
We shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Put on your skeptical brain, everyone.
Just be nice.
Be kind, rewind.
It's not that hard.
Here's another one. Oh, gosh. We only have 10 minutes. I got to hurry through some of these.
That's all right.
For the Monday show, it's a TikTok of some sort. Shall we see what it is? There's no name on this. Okay, it's a dog maffering around. Do you want to see this? Oops. See? Look at him. Do you see it?
Oh.
Look at him. He's cute.
It's like a 3D render?
No, he's
or is
a
it
dog.
just a dog?
Just a
What
dog.
are they rubbing on?
He's a dog on the carpet. A dog on the carpet.
Why is the carpet so white?
Well, you're just used to your dog being disgusting.
It looks fake.
That's a real dog. He's just maffering around. I like
It's a
it.
wiener.
I like that. It's a wiener.
Oh, it's a
wiener
wiener.
dog.
Wiener dog.
Oh, yeah, it's a wiener dog. I thought you meant because that wiener dog had a wiener.
Oh, no.
I did do a funny thing with that chihuahua, the chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
I went, chihuahua. I said, I go, oh. And I was going to say, oh, she's so cute. Instead, I went, oh. And then I paused, looked under it, and went, he's so cute. It was like so obvious I was checking the gender.
Yeah, we always have girl dogs, so I do that same thing where I'm like, oh, she, and they're like, oh, it's a he.
Yeah.
But we always have girl dogs.
No, just this way it is. We don't like them rubbing their wieners on stuff.
We don't like them wieners.
Don't like it. Jan in where is he? What's it called? Helsinki, Finland. Finnish.
The Finland.
He wrote in and says, hey, just wanted to say that you two make every Monday or Tuesday for me anyway. So much better. Keep on Johnsoning.
Janssen.
Jansoning.
Yep.
Why? Because he's from...
Because, Jan. Get it?
Well, I still don't think I get his name exactly right. Janne. He's been on TMS multiple times. He's like the nicest guy, but I screw that name up. I can't help it. Here's something from Ambassador Domo, but I think it might be audio. Let's find out. Ooh, scary.
He's hand farting.
Wow. Can you do that? Can you do it? Ew, you make... Carter. You're...
I could do that. That's pretty good.
What is that?
I've just discovered this. It's like a bubble. You did it too.
Did I do it?
A little bit.
You have a new power.
That's amazing.
That's so dumb. I love it. Here's one from, let's see. Oh, I think this is from Chuck. Says that TikToker's level of shits to give is very off-brand for Gen X. Oh, this is from Amy, also a proud Gen Xer. Yeah, see, that's why I scoff at that Gen X thing, because I'm like, that's not how we act. We want to pull back.
I still think the pulling back isn't necessarily the most admirable of.
I'm not saying
generational.
I'm just saying it is
things.
I'm not saying it's good.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's how it is. Okay, here's Jerry Tolbert, a doctor, an MD, a medical doctor,
a medical dingus.
He knows things. He checks. People have to turn and cough with him all the time.
I kicked my camera. Sorry,
Carter.
I'm sorry.
Johnson. Keep on Johnsoning. There you go. He says Florida has taught me that spatial awareness is absolutely cultural. That's interesting.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know if he means good or bad there.
I bet you that part of it is in countries where there's less space in general.
Yeah.
You probably have it's different kinds of spatial awareness.
Oh, I see.
Like places like India, which are known to have like a lot of people in a very small space.
Yeah. No, that's true.
I feel like that would be,
Yeah, that would be weird.
more like that. It's the same. Like when I went to Japan. When I was in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Tokyo's pretty crowded, and on trains and stuff, there was definitely some like cultural rules around where you stand and who gets to sit and like. Is there like a lady close to people?
Old lady walked in, guy gives up a seat for the lady. Does that happen?
Weirdly, I was always the one who gave up my seat first.
Well, it's because you're American.
That happened multiple times where like a sweet old lady would get on, and she was always they were always the cutest, and they always bow and give me like a little thank you. They're very sweet, but I'm always surprised that I'm the first one to get up.
It'd be funny if they walk in looking all cute and slow, and you said, "Oh, take my seat," and she just turns to you,
punches
bows,
me in the gut,
and then just blows a mouthful of uneaten ramen all over you.
Oh my gosh!
What would you do?
I'd be amazed, honestly. I don't think I'd just stand there in awe.
Like, how quick would you have to get your camera out to viral up that business?
Well, you're not allowed to take pictures on trains.
Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Perverts.
Wait.
That's kind of the simple answer.
Perverts.
There's a thing with Japanese men who will take pictures up skirts of young girls on trains.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, you're not allowed to take pictures on trains in general.
I'm sure all that pornographic manga is just fine, Japan. I'm sure it's not affecting you at all.
No, not at all.
I'm sure that all those things haven't led to increased rates of train business. All right, here's one Monday show topic: games with best soundtracks and scores. Asks JR. For me, oh man, best soundtracks.
Best soundtracks.
I mean, I don't even know if I would say it per game. There's so many games with great soundtracks. Like, there's some real failures with amazing soundtracks. Yeah. Like the attempted 2013 reboot of SimCity has one of the best soundtracks in gaming.
Really?
It's so good, and the game is a total turd.
Huh.
But the soundtrack's just incredible.
I love that. That's a bummer, but yay.
I mean, game soundtracks are what put me on the track for like all the electronica I love, like those Wipeout soundtracks in the 90s. I still listen to those. I love them.
Yeah.
Wipeout XL in particular.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
What's the Geometry Wars soundtrack?
Geometry Wars
I listen
amazing.
to all the time.
Yep. Carter and I both love the Doom 2016 soundtrack. Yeah. So good. What's his name?
I listen to that regularly.
Ritzy Bill.
Ritzy
Bill.
Neither of us are right.
Riccatoli Magoli.
Riccatoli Magoli.
Someone in the chat will remember his name. Great artist.
What is his name?
Look him up.
Oh my gosh.
Dirk.
It's going to bother me.
Kresge.
It's so good though.
Definitely not KK Slider. Handle the
Although
AV
the
guy.
KK Slider. Oh, have you ever heard the because you know how Animal Crossing and Doom came out at the same time?
Yeah. They were your Barbie, or they're your Barbie and your Oppenheimer.
Yeah, Barbenheimer.
Yeah.
But during a pandemic.
Yeah.
Have you heard that
Mick Gordon? Sorry.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Sorry, that's
Mick
the guy's name.
Gordon.
Gordon. Look him up. He's amazing.
Goodness.
Yeah.
There's a song that someone made. Oh, I should find it. It's a song that's like, it was like a cute little, it's called, oh my gosh.
Horses of Courses. Let's all.
It's called like Doom Horizons or something.
Oh.
It was like a cute little combo song.
Yeah.
And it's like Isabel singing and also like the Doom guy. And it's actually really good.
Yeah, no, that stuff's great.
It's really fun.
They did a video back then too. I can't remember if this is an actual Nintendo thing, but they had the song BFG 9000 or whatever the name of the song is.
Yeah.
And then they had all of the band members playing the heavy metal were all characters from...
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, I can't remember. That's around here somewhere. I'd have to find it.
I'm going to find that song because it's going to bother me.
The Assassin's Creed soundtrack.
Eternal Horizons.
Oh, Eternal
That's
Horizons.
what it's called.
That's it. Yeah, check it out. If you
it's really funny and cute.
I really like the Assassin's Creed series of soundtracks, and especially Origins and Forward. So Origins, the Greek one with what's her name? Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
There it is.
And then the third one, or the new that all of them. They're all great.
Yeah.
I could listen to those all day. Halo music, amazing. There's too many. There's no like 1, 2, or 3 on this list. I love it all.
That's so good.
I love it all.
I love how much we have that you can't even choose.
Oh, there's so much.
We're spoiled for choices. Someone in the chat said, my little boy wants to tell you something. We left you a voicemail.
Oh, I can go check it. You want me to check it? I'll check it. How about I check it?
Check it. Also, Claire, yeah, we're bad at remembering things.
Yeah,
we're
pretty bad
names.
at it. So we've gotten 3 calls, I think, during this time. Should we see which one's which here?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try this one first. 16 seconds. Here we go.
Hey, this message is for Scott Johnson. I got some of your free drawings in the mail of Venom and Spider-Man, and my oldest boy has something he wanted to tell you.
You're a great artist.
Thanks, man. Bye.
I love that.
That's so cute. You're a great artist.
That made my day. Plus, everyone's got a cute accent. And
That's
that also
adorable.
Makes my day.
My gosh.
All right, that was great. How about this one?
You need to save that forever.
That one was really good. I'll keep
Hey,
it.
Core Hounds. It is.
That's nice.
That's for Core.
That's for Core.
That ain't for nothing else.
Ain't for us.
How about this one? This one might be a
This
little
one.
long.
Hey, Scott. Hey, Brian.
Nope, that's TMS one. How about this one?
Hey, Scott and Brian.
Nope.
Nope.
How about this one?
Hey guys, it's Tweep. This is for TMS.
Nope.
Nope.
And that's also...
I mean, we are TMS, but it's the wrong TMS.
Wrong TMS, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Get your letters
Not
straight.
the Monday show.
So I think it must have been the one from the kid. The one from the kid is adorable. I will keep that forever. That's super cute. It's all the justification I need to keep drawing. That's when kids say that.
Yeah.
Adults, screw them. Who cares?
Oh, man. Drawing's hard.
Drawing is a challenge, you know?
Tis.
Okay. We got somebody who said their rent is $3,000.
Oh, my gosh.
Oof.
That's not even like that crazy anymore.
Yeah. That's a lot. Here is Tim from Sonora, California.
All right.
You were talking about house prices. I was wondering what is your average electric bill? I'm looking at $700 this month and nothing changing last month. With nothing changing from last month of $300. So, I mean, are you AC more?
Jeez, that seems like a big jump.
Yeah, something's janky there. Ours goes up in the summer because of the AC, but not
Do you know the numbers?
substantially. Yeah, well, I sort of.
Mom knows the numbers.
Mom knows better than me.
Yeah.
I want to say 80 is normal.
We keep our
125 for this
is usually high.
is usually the summer. Yeah, the
we
winter.
keep our AC at like 77 right now.
Yeah.
In the hotter months, which is insane to some people.
Claire says her mortgage is 600, but what is that? Euros? Is that pounds? Is that
650.
shillings or whatever you do in Ireland? What do you do? Pounds. Okay.
600 pounds, which is a bit more than 600. It's like six something.
That's about
dollars.
That's about $7. I can tell you. 600 pounds.
Pounds to doll hairs.
It is currently. She is paying $775.96 if it were U.S. dollars.
That's so cheap.
That's still cheap. But
it's
what do we?
Mortgage.
But what
she
do we
has a house.
But what am I asking? What are we going to find out what this is? Is it just a little room?
No, it's a house. She said.
Yeah.
It's a home.
Yeah, but it could be a tiny little house. I'm wondering how big this is.
That's decent for any house,
Claire,
in my opinion.
how many bedrooms? How many bathrooms?
How many toilets you got?
2-bed, 1-bath house, she says. So small, but still, that's cheap.
That's so cheap.
That's really cheap.
That's cheaper than most apartments. I can't find an apartment for under $1,000 here.
Big garden, she says. Maybe you need to move to Ireland.
I'd love to.
Hey, did you notice our heating bill went up last month?
Oh my gosh. Screaming.
That's how they all do it.
I'd only be 3 hours away from Iceland if I lived there.
Lucky Phil says, I'm in Sydney with a sweetheart deal via a friend of the family, $280 Australian dollars a week includes utilities, so it's around 186 USD.
A week? That's so interesting.
That's per week. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never really seen per week.
Yeah, it's probably just different around the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say, so our first apartment was not terrible. I think we paid $380 in 1992.
1992.
And then we got a deal through a friend for a condo thing that we rented that wasn't that nice. It's where you were born.
No. Okay.
Wait.
I don't think I was born there, but yeah.
Wait, where were you born?
I was birthed. Actually,
on,
didn't you have the
97?
house when I was born?
Can't remember.
When did you buy the house?
I don't remember. I think you were already here. We had you in the condo. Yeah, no, I know we did because we used to take you out and do snow angels out in front of it.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, that thing we got for like $350 a month, and it was.
Oh my gosh!
And they wanted to charge $850.
Didn't you
while we were
buy
there?
your first house for like $180 or something?
Yeah, it was an old house.
That makes me want to throw up.
Yeah, but it was
Dad, nothing's for $180
Carter.
anymore.
It was 1998.
You can't get a trailer in a trailer park for $180 anymore. I'm not joking.
Or no, wait. What year was it? 90, whatever it was. No, I know. It's all gone crazy.
It was probably like 98, 99.
I know. When people are buying houses in this neighborhood for like $350, those houses are worth $900 now.
Well, they're trying to sell them for $900.
Some did.
Whether they're worth it is.
Well, no.
iffy.
Yeah, worth is a relative term,
Yeah.
but people are buying them because they come from California.
Well, no one's buying them anymore.
They're supposed to think. Listen,
Everyone's holding still right now. It's weird.
it is weird right now. I don't know if it'll go down. It'd be nice if it did. I don't know if I'd like a whole crash to force that to happen, but maybe that's what has to happen. And Mom and I locked in at a good rate, and we're okay. We're good. So I would worry about other people that I know, though. All right. What else do we have here to talk about? That's it for that.
We've just been doom chatting about the state of the universe.
There's a lot of doom chatting. I think that'll do it for now. Yeah, it's time.
Yeah.
We're done. We're back, though. We had a show. We're glad to have been here. I guess it was only a
Hooray.
week. It feels like I've been gone longer than that because I was gone or out of town.
Yeah, you were out of town.
a
But it
little
was only
weird.
for a few days.
I know.
Wasn't bad.
It's weird that it feels that way. But we did get some new patrons I want to mention. All right?
All right.
Maddie Dramowskowitz.
Dramowskowitz.
I don't say it right. Our friend up in Canada who's so awesome and nice all the time that gave you a bunch of advice for like game design stuff. Remember?
Oh, yeah,
Maddie.
yeah.
It's Maddie.
Yeah, it's Maddie.
Yeah, we love that guy. He's now a patron. Isn't that nice?
That's so nice.
He joins these other new folks that all signed up in the last week. Only on Tabletop. Harold Combs, Daryl Quentin, and Michael Farmer.
Hooray.
Who's going to farm all those Michaels without Michael
Yeah,
Farmers?
Michael's the farmer of
Yeah.
Michael's.
We need to get subsidies for these Michael farmers. Anyway, you guys are awesome for joining us at patreon.com/The Monday Show. And I just started some artwork for next month's
Oh, yeah, you got next month's
things,
sticker.
Next month's sticker. Lots of other reasons to join. No ads, none of that stuff. Pre-show bonuses every week. Sign up today and be a patron at patreon.com/The Monday Show. And if you don't mind, please head over to do that survey for me, frogpants.com/survey.
Survey.
Yeah, that would help me a lot.
Please spell survey correctly.
That's right. Our website is frogpants.com/Monday. And that's going to do it. Carter, would you like to say anything else before we go?
People should look at my store.
Oh, yeah. Go to Carter's store.
MissCarter.art.
Why do I forget the miss?
I don't know what's wrong with you.
MissCarter.art.
I'm also streaming on YouTube and Twitch on usually Tuesdays and Thursdays and Sundays. I'm Miss Carter J on
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and then that reminds me that I put up Fallout artwork. Although go to Carter's site first and buy something there.
Oh yeah, but you should go buy cool Fallout artwork.
But if you want some Fallout artwork, I did a whole little set. They're not going to be up there for long because we're not making a million of them, and they are going quick. So go check it out, frogpants.shop,
Shop.
or click the store
Shop.
link on
Wait.
the website.
Shop. Wait.
Do it again.
Shop. It's
This
not
is so
working.
weird. Oh my gosh.
That was such a good one.
That's actually a pretty good trick.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm excited.
You need to workshop that.
It's gonna be a little bit sweaty.
Anyway, go have a fun time, do cool stuff, and we'll see you in a week.
Bye.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Yes. Get more at frogpants.com.
I'm here to kill chaos.
Oh,
My God.